Hey everybody, this is Robert Price. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope everything in the new year has been going your way, or at least you've been taking steps forward, okay, with your goals and things like that, okay? So today we're going to talk about things you can do on your, your 514/251s to kind of help it pop, okay? Now I'm going to cover a couple of examples, okay, in the key of C. We're going to do this in the key of C. The key of C always seems to be like that key to just show everything because it's just the white notes, all right? I know a couple of you guys like different keys and want me to do that. So I can definitely come back on it or make a personal video for you or something like that, okay? All right? All right. So usually when we do our 251s, not 251, but like our 514, it kind of sounds like this, right? Okay. Okay. But to take it up a notch, let's kind of think about different scales that we can use, particularly over the 1, okay? So if my 5 is this, right, that G minor, usually we'll do something like this, right, over that 1, right? And this is all kind of songs across the board. I'm gonna pick an example song soon, but to help that pop, you can do a trick with your left hand, right? You can do something like this and your right. Instead of doing this, you can add this tritone, okay? I'm gonna build, all right? You can do that E and B flat. This is that tritone for the C, okay? And instead of playing the chord like this, take that B flat out in your right hand and do this, okay? That's kind of a popular way people do their 1s, right? To that 4. I'm just doing a major, all right? Just a major 7, all right? So a lot of people play their their 1 like this, right? You flip that G, okay? So that's one way you can do it. To add a little bit more definition to it, sometimes I'll do this. Yeah, it adds a different feel to it, okay? Now, you see this is pretty much 2-hand voicing, so you could look at this as more of an advanced lesson. But all levels can learn from this, okay? So a lot of times if I don't have a bass player, what I'll do, I'll hit the bass, okay? Or I'll play the chord. So I'll do a 5, 1, and then a 4, okay? So that's one way, that's one thing you can do right now. So this right here, that's kind of cool. Now, of course, I can go into modes and things like that. But for me, I just think of the scales. One rule of thumb for me is on the 1, guys. So remember this. Anytime let's say you're doing a 5, 1, over that 1, which is usually like a dominant chord, you can do the melodic minor on the 5th scale degree. So if you're on that C, it's the G to the C. What is the 5th? Well, what is the 5 in C, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can do the melodic minor of the 5, which is the G melodic minor scale, okay? Which is this. Okay, that's that scale. Remember this, okay? Because I said this in previous videos. This is how I create my chords. I think about the scale that I want to use. In this particular case, I was thinking about the G melodic scale, the G melodic minor scale over that C, okay? Okay? So when I do that scale, I'm doing it for you. I look and say, well, what kind of chords can I create? Well, if you already do this chord right here, right? I know some of you guys, or at least I know I do. I used to do this a lot, right? Start on that A flat. As far as timing, you can do this. That'll be your 1, right? Okay? Still play that same chord, that E, A, and D, okay? This should be a shorter lesson, because I just want to throw some ideas out there. So, all right. So that's a pretty cool way to do it. But all of these notes are in this scale. Okay? Sometimes I'll solo using that scale. So if I'm doing a 5, I'll do a 1. It'll help your chord pop if you do something like this. Right? You know? So now, of course, that's if you have a bass player. But if you don't, like I said, you can play the chord and then hit the bass note, or hit the bass note first. Okay? And then play that chord. That's a nice chord. That C, G flat, and B flat. Okay? It gives you a lot of tension between, right? Okay? So that's one thing you can do. Now, I'm going to give you some more. But let's say we were playing the song, let's see, Never Would Have Made It, right? So, you know, let's say we're playing it in C. We got, that's that 7, 3, 6. Then if we do Never Woulda, you know, let me see, 5, 1, 4. You know that part when he does that? Let me see. I think he does Never Would Have Made It without you, right? We could follow the melody over that part. When we're doing that 5, 1, we can be like, Never Would Have Made It. I think the melody goes without you, something like that. Okay? It don't have to be exact because it's really just a 5, 1, 4. So a lot of gospel players, we don't necessarily do the melody every single time, because sometimes you may do, you know, you may do a bigger, a more open or something like that 5, 1. But if you were following a melody, you could do this. Never woulda made it. You could play that without you. Okay? Now, this is just me thinking it off, you know, just randomly right now. Okay? Because a lot of times your melody can be that C. Okay? Now, I chose a different scale to use, but let's stay on that G melodic minor, because I really want you guys to take away something from this video. You know, if you don't take away anything else, if you're on the 1, if you're doing like a 5, 1, 4, over that 1, you can just think, what is the 5 of my 1, right? In this case, it's G. Now, the way you do a melodic minor, all you have to do is flat the 3rd, okay? Just in case you guys were wondering that, you just flat the 3rd, okay? So if I'm on that 5 and I need to create a melodic minor scale, I say, okay, I know the G major scale, right? Okay? All I have to do is flat the 3rd. And that's it. You have your melodic minor. Okay? So, like I said, we're going to look at some chords that we can do. So I did this just now. But that's off another scale. So I just want to back up. I could do this. Right? Or I like that. Okay? This can be your 1. This is probably a chord that you never thought to play before. But what I did was I said, what are some, you know, what's something I can just kind of add in? You know? This is my tritone, and that's in the scale, right? So I have that. So I could have been like this, right? Never would have made it. Never would have. I could have done this. Without, or this. Okay? So that one chord could just kind of throw it off a little bit. Right? I like it when you kind of play it from the top to the bottom. Okay? So you see those notes? And you could do something different. You know, when I show you the scale, you can kind of take out some chords or add in. All right? Stuff that sounds good. Okay? You know, and that's just soloing if you want to solo off that scale. Okay? That's a really good scale that you can use. Okay? All right? So, that's one example. You know? That's the 1. And you can use this diminished chord. Right? You can do that. anytime you're on the 1, all you do just go up a half step and play that diminished chord. So over the C, it would be a C sharp diminished 7 pretty much. Okay. So sometimes I do, like I'm thinking about the melody, so that's why I played it in this inversion right here, right? Okay. All right. So let's say we were doing something else. So let's say we wanted to keep that C. We want to, you know, make up a chord over that C melody note once we're doing the 5-1-4, okay? So let's say we were doing, let's go back to the beginning. Never would have made it. Let's say we did something like this. This right here. That right there. You can kind of add in that left to just fill it up a little bit. But if you're not really used to doing all that, which I am going to make a video about left hand chords and how to kind of, you know, really add flavor to that. That'd be a good one for you guys. So this right here is off another scale that I've actually covered. This right here is off like a C altered scale, but the way I look at it is this. So I'm giving you 2 things, and I'll stop after this one. I don't want to give you too much, but when you're over the 1, of course, you can go to the 5 and just do that melodic minor scale, right? Or you can do over the 1, you can just go up a half step and do that melodic minor, okay? So you can go to the 5 and you can do that melodic minor, or you can go up to the 1. Up a half step. And I hope you guys are following me. So in this case, we're in C. So if I'm doing 5-1, I can think about the C sharp melodic minor, okay? You remember, all you have to do is just flat the 3rd. So hopefully it's not too much. Okay? You can do so much off that, y'all. Like, seriously. I already see chords right now. Honestly, you know, when I do this, have anybody ever done this in the key of C sharp? I know you guys have done that. Right? Over that C. This. See these notes right here? That's actually, look, all I'm doing is doing the same thing. It's just that I'm in the key of C in this particular thing. Okay? So that's why I love covering concepts, because you're going to realize that these concepts, honestly, you can do it in any key, you know, but let me just stick with, you know, what I'm doing. I don't want to get too far off. But like I said, if you're over the 1, which is on that C, you can go just a half step up. So, or if you start on C sharp, it's going to sound like this. All I did is just flat the 3rd, okay? So that's how I came up with this chord. Okay? All right? So you see that? I still got my tritone, and you can still hit the bass without you. So this is never would have made it. You can do without. You see? So you can just add you know, some flavor without. You know, I'm still playing the same 4 chord, this one or that one, right? So let's add something else. Let's look at another chord. You could have done this. That's the same, that come from that scale, okay? You could do the same thing in this or do this. Oh, I like that. Oh, wow, yeah, I like this. I just made that up, but this is still all in the scale. You know? So you could have been... Never would have made without. You see? So it's going to take you out. Now, of course, guys, you can't necessarily do this every single time. So you want to know when to do it. But I just want to give you stuff to kind of take that next step. Especially with NAMM, right? You know, a lot of nice players just playing. Sometimes you want to add in some stuff of your own, right? So I just want to give you the formula to that, right? So look at that. I just pretty much played an A flat major chord over, right? I just took some notes from it. So instead of playing this chord in my right hand, I just put it in my left. Look how nice that sounds. Right? And then, okay, to that 4. Okay? So, and this don't have to be just with this song, okay? You can be just doing a song that has a 5-1-4. I don't know even if you can put in a how great or something. That's kind of CCM, so I don't know if you can fit this chord in it, you know? But you know, you can you know. So you can do a lot, you know, you probably don't put it in that one, but I just want to let you know, like if your melody note is a C over your 1, you can do that. It actually sounds kind of churchy a little bit, you know, so you can do that over a churchy one, you know, so that's actually pretty cool. So, you know, so I'm just kind of freestyling, but I just want to let you guys know that. So stuff that you can take away from this is over your 1, to make your chords pop, think about the melodic minors. So you got the G or the 5, because you may not do this in C, or you can just go up a half step. Okay, so over your 1, you can play the G melodic minor or the 5 melodic minor or a sharp 1 melodic minor. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Okay, all right, so I hope you guys get this. I'm just going over what we did so far. You got that. We did this chord. Okay, what if sometimes your melody kind of be on that E when you get to the 1, right? If you're doing like a 5-1, right? Something like that. If let's say you're still doing Never Would Have Made It, even if you did something like, if your 1 is here, you know, you could do this. Look at this right here. You can do something like that. Now this right here, I got this from, you can do it whether it's the G melodic minor or the C sharp melodic minor, because both have these notes. Both scales have these notes. Right? So once you get used to these scales, you're going to realize, like, wait a minute, they share a lot of the same notes. Okay? So you can kind of be a little bit more creative with it. Okay? Okay? So never would have. Right? Okay? So you can, man, please just take this and just, you know, use your imagination. You can come up with stuff that you never done before, you know? You know? So at this, you can do that. Just going with your sound, whatever sound you're trying to go for, right? You could even do, let's say you was playing it in this inversion right here. You can do, you know, so let's say you're doing worship music, you know, I mean, not worship, but like talk music, you know, right? Let's say you want to go to like a 5-1, but you kind of want to take it outside the key, right? You can do that voice leading. So if this is your A, now we're playing this. Why? Because over that 1, I say, you know what? I'm going to use that C sharp melodic minor, right? But over that C, I saw that, you know, I can do this, right? You could do this. It's just so much you can do, guys. I just want to give you the formula, because a lot of times you may say, well, I don't know how to place it. But if you're doing a 5-1, go ahead and try it then, you know, in whatever song you're doing. If you see this, go ahead and say, you know what? I know my 5 over the 1. Let me see if, you know, if I can put something like this in there. Right? Okay? So that's how you would do it. Okay? So let me know if this video brought you guys some value. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. Okay? And I'll be talking with you guys soon.